Greetings, D&D players, enthusiasts, and observers alike, and welcome back to Chronicles of Kriath. My name is Emma, and I will be your DM today and every day that this wonderful campaign exists. As usual, let's go around the virtual table and reintroduce our players. So, starting to my right this evening, we have your favorite dad of the party, Jeremy.
Hi everybody, I'm Jeremy, and I play Damien. And Damien's really happy to be here, because it's been quite a while for us.
That it has. For you guys, it's only been a week. But we took an entire month off on accident, so it's been a minute. But moving on to our next player, who's hopefully equally as happy to be here, we have Nathan.
Hey everybody. Just kidding. I'm super excited to be back. Rubo has been speaking up in my mind and trying to break free, and I can't let that happen when I'm not in the game. So here he is to be freed into the world. I'm Nathan. I play Rubo, fuckboy extraordinaire, Elon lover, and son of Damien.
Indeed. And we move on from Rubo to the player who plays the one girl in the party who used to be Rubo's best friend and partner in crime, but they argued a bit a couple episodes ago. So I don't know if that still applies, but regardless, here's Gia.
Hey everyone, it's me, Gia. So happy to be here. Sorry, I have the giggles. I'm very excited. I'm playing Chatwin Darcy, reborn half-elf sorcerer, who is also unsure whether or not she's still friends with Rubo.
Rubo's friends with everybody, don't worry. Rubo could never hold a grudge.
Well, while they sort that out, we will move on to our next player, who is also friends with everybody. Or Thelthu is, at least. But for now, we will introduce his player, Andrew.
Yeah, I'm Andrew, not friends of everyone. I'm here strictly on professional business only to professionally play D&D. Of course, strictly business relationships with everyone here. Thelthu, on the other hand, I mean, it hasn't come up, but, he's only real friend is the stars. But not even that in this case, maybe. But yes, Thelthu is the druid cleric of the star-related subclasses, and yeah.
Damn, I didn't realize Thelthu was so cold.
Well, I mean, he's undead. He doesn't have any body heat.
That's true. He's also technically a reptile, so that would not help his case either. But moving on to last but not least, we have Rosie.
Hi, I'm Rosie, and I'm playing Elon, the guard captain from the city of Kriath. That I am a fighter and all that crap, and Emma, I don't want to play tonight.
Oh, really? I guess we have to cancel the whole session then. Sorry, guys.
I mean, I know it's been a month, but y'all been talking in secret, and things are happening, and I don't think we're honestly all prepared. It's a nice chipper mood. You're gonna fucking dunk one of us, and I'm probably gonna dunk Chatwin off of the information from last session. So there's that.
Oh boy. Well, I have been plotting in secret, but
fucking bitch.
But if anything, I feel like it'll make the things to come more fun. Whoa. Jeremy has a better evil laugh, but he's had practice. Anyway, we're gonna move on to our recap. So, last time, our band of adventurers completed their journey and arrived at the Circle of Temples, home to a variety of temples of every god, angel, and demon in this world's pantheon. After making sure their horses and cart were properly stored away and taken care of, they made their way down the winding paths and to the temples, where they decided to split up and make individual visits to the specific temples that they wanted to visit before reconvening to confront Rapharos, the angel of healing and medicine that they suspect is behind a lot of the undead issues that they have been facing recently. As for their individual visits, Elon used this time to catch up with Phaethrin, Chatwin made a brief visit to the temple of the arcane goddess Tynera, and Damien accompanied Thelthu to the temple of Horikosh. Damien's brief visit with the god of time and space was much more positive than Thelthu's, though, because Damien received assurances that his dead wife was taken care of, while Thelthu received some very cryptic and strange comments on how to fix things with his tribe, as well as warnings of tidings of war. So that was definitely fun for him. But we now return with our last member of the party to receive their individual visit with Rubo as he enters the Temple of Amoros, Angel of Love and Passion.
Sweet. Can I just say that Nathan forgot which one he was going to? I'm glad Emma remembered, because I was sitting here like panicking for a second. Like, I feel like I decided who I was going to go look see before Rapharos, and then
You had to put that decision on Alon, sir. You're like, oh, which one should I go to?
well, because Rubo has no idea, but Nathan fully forgot.
Well, I'm glad I wrote it down and reminded you then. But Rubo, you walk up the temple stairs and through the doors into this white marble structure, beautifully carved accents and statues all over. As you enter the main entry room, it is escaping me what to call it right now.
Like a foyer.
Foyer. That's a solid choice for it. You see multiple stone benches with curtains in front. Some are pulled open, some are not. That seem to be like side prayer rooms. And then there is one door in the center of the far wall that leads to what you would assume to be a main prayer room. One single priestess is standing next to the door and kind of smiles gently at you as you enter. It looks to be pretty empty in here. There does not appear to be anyone except for you and the priestess.
Gotcha. There doesn't seem to be anybody like in these like smaller rooms.
Not that you can see. Like I said, there would be 8 like little side cubbies for prayer. Only 2 of them have closed curtains.
Gotcha. Okay. I think Rubo's feeling pretty awkward right now because he has no idea what this is supposed to be like or anything. So he just turns to the like lady that's like standing right there, and I'm like, "Sup?"
Welcome to the Temple of Amoros. Is there something I can assist you with today?
Maybe my friend told me that maybe I should come talk to Amoros. How do you say it?
Amoros.
Amoros. Okay. So I thought maybe I would do that. Is that something you do here?
Of course. We cannot guarantee commune with the god, but they have spoken to individuals who have come through in the past. Usually, if you're looking to get the strongest connection to attempt to commune with them, you would go into the main chamber. And she looks over to the door next to her.
Okay. Sure, yeah. I'll check that out, I guess. I kind of just like stand there for a second. I like look behind me, like just standing there by myself, and I'm like, okay. Point at the door again that way?
Yes. Would you like me to light some incense for you?
Is that like, do people normally do that?
Not everyone does. Some people bring their own candles or offerings for them. It's really up to you how you would like to.
Okay, I didn't bring anything, so maybe yeah, light some incense. I didn't bring anything, so
All right. And she will lead the way into the main room, which, similar to some of the other temples that others have visited, there sits in the center of the room a small circular table with 2 plush red like cushions on the floor. The priestess approaches the table and ducks under it. There seems to be like a little cabinet in the bottom where she pulls out an incense holder and a stick of incense. She kind of snaps her fingers and a small flame alights in her hand, and she puts it on the end of the incense and places it in the incense holder, and it's like, please let me know if you need anything else. And as this sort of rosy scent wafts up into your nostrils from the incense, She
I think Rubo, right as she like is leaving and the door's closing, I'm like, wait, was there a bathroom? And the door closes. And then I like mumble to myself.
she would sort of duck back in, half hearing. Um, we don't have a bathroom in the temple, but they have bathrooms outside if you needed to run out and come back.
No, I mean it's okay. I didn't expect to talk to a god angel person while also having to pee, but I could hold it. I could hold it. We're fine.
Okay, all right. And she'll close the door once again, kind of taking your word for it. And you are left in the room.
Cool. This is awesome, guys. Send me here. I don't know what I'm doing. I just kind of like look around for a second and like take in the room. It's like, is it pretty big or like how big is this place?
It's a pretty decent sized room. I would say it's about 50 feet. So for being like a solo prayer room, it's pretty big.
Cool. I just want to make sure it wasn't cramped. I think Rubo like walks towards the like red cushion area and he kind of stares at it for a second and he's like, well, hopefully I find some answers. And he kind of he gets a grunting look on his face and like pops his wings out and then he just like kneels down on the like little pad area and he's like, hey, I have these things on my back and with these wings. I know what they are. I don't know why I call them things. Okay, this is dumb. Can you even hear me? Hello?
Don't worry, I can hear you just fine. And you watch as out of nowhere on the opposite side of the room appears a very lithe looking individual with sort of like a pale pink hair, very long and braided up and sort of curled up into a bun at the back, dangling earrings, sort of like a dark. It's like a combination. You can't necessarily tell from this distance if it's a darker purple or like a royal blue-esque. And these piercing pink eyes. And they look at you and say, you really don't know where the wings come from. As behind them, these beautiful feathery pink wings extend from their back.
Okay, first of all, you're super hot. This almost as hot as Alon. Not quite. Second of all, okay, I don't know what second of all is. And he just kind of mumbles to himself for a second, and he's like, "Do you know who I am? Maybe that's where I should start."
Are you saying that you don't?
I guess not. I haven't ever really known. I mean, I guess I know who I am in the general sense. I know the things that I like, and I know the things that I do with my life, but I guess it always seems like there's some bigger purpose to people. And do you know Thealthu? He likes the star god. I don't remember his name. He's gonna don't tell Horkosh, don't tell him I didn't remember just now. He just seems like he has such a purpose, and I don't, I guess, know if I have that.
Maybe it's because you were made to forget.
I do drink a lot.
I know who you are.
Oh, sorry.
They'll kind of chuckle briefly. And there's a lot that you were made to forget. You might want to sit down.
Kneeling on the like pads, I'll just kind of awkwardly because I still have weird control of my wings. I'm like trying to lift them up to like curl my feet up under my butt, and I just kind of like crisscross applesauce into the little pillow, and like my large like clanking metal wings kind of like scrape across the stone for a second. I'm like ear screeching, a little awkward, but he kind of settles down.
Oh yeah, they get that same like look on their face as it sort of irritates their ears as well.
Sorry. Sorry.
But they'll kind of just hold up a hand as if to say it's fine and don't worry about it before they sit down as well. So, you came here looking for purpose, you said.
I think so. I guess, I don't know. I've spent a lot of my life finding the purpose of others, and I I guess I was hoping, since I'm here, I should find anything out about. I kind of point at the wings, like if this means anything. I mean, it seems like to me. I mentioned my friend Theoltho. He has these like crazy space arms and like legs, and he always calls them a gift. And I don't know that this feels quite like a gift. I mean, they're cool, but like, I guess I just don't know if they mean anything or if they're just kind of rad. I don't.
They do carry some meaning. Only angels have wings, Rubo.
See, that's kind of what I thought, but I'm not an angel, so
You might not be now, but you were once.
okay. Just give me a second. I gotta process that information.
Of course.
When? Because I don't remember being one, and I feel like I would remember that.
That is a detail that I can't give. It's hard to give you your entire history because, well, I was only told it secondhand, but one of the things that has made politics between the gods quite difficult recently has been the fact that we've been dealing with the discovery that the angels and demons, for the most part, that exist now, well, the angels that exist now, are not the angels that began serving those on the mortal plane. Many were cast out for disobeying the will of the gods in some way, shape, or form.
Does that mean that like you serve the gods? I guess I don't really know what being an angel means.
We don't serve the gods as much as we serve a purpose in their compromise in the first war. There was a war of the gods thousands of years back, and because some of the gods, who are now the demons, they didn't want to follow the dichotomies that many others do. They did not want to serve life and death, peace and war, as their counterparts did, but one side of that coin. The gods were terrified of this idea, and so many fought. And many mortal lives were lost because they brought a lot of their followers in with it. However, they came to a truce, and those that wanted to serve one facet of a dichotomy were allowed to choose a facet only if they would allow the gods to grant the power of the other facet to another being. That is how angels and demons were born. We are the mortals who were ascended to serve that other facet, and you were the first.
Wait, so okay, this is a lot of information to take in. First of all, are you telling me that like I'm kind of old or something?
Your soul is quite old, Rubo.
That doesn't sit well with me. Okay, so I was a mortal who became an angel?
And then were cast out for disobeying the gods in some way, shape, or form.
Wait, so
I don't know the whole story.
which one of them? Which one? Do you know which one doesn't like me?
Well, you were in my place, so your counterpart would have been Odirion, the demon of anger and hatred.
And that guy stayed the same the whole time or something?
Yes, none of the demons have been cast out. They can't do that.
That just seems unfair.
Well, the demons were gods at one point.
But we weren't.
No, we were always human first, or whatever race that we were ascended from.
Did you like know that you were kind of stealing my job or whatever? That may not be the right way to say that, but
Not at first, no.
okay. As long as you didn't like do it on purpose, I guess it's cool. You seem pretty nice.
I had no choice in the matter.
How did you not have? Did I not have a choice? I don't. Do any of the gods are just have to do what they have to do and they're kind of stuck with it? I don't understand that.
I don't know the entire story. Like I said, I was told this by someone else.
But who told you again? You said it, but I forgot already.
Odirion,
Who's that?
the demon of anger and hatred.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm putting things together now. It's just taking me a few minutes.
He told me about you. You had quite an impact on him. But we have to be a little careful with how much we talk about. Ancient history is one thing, but that is not so ancient history, and there are ears everywhere here.
So this demon, he was my friend? Do you get that sense? Like if I show up, is he gonna try to kill me or something?
That's a good question. Typically, angels and demons are bitter rivals, but from what I've gathered, you two didn't quite have that relationship.
It can't be that awful. I mean, that makes you two rivals, right? And he told you all this stuff, so you guys must get along somewhat.
We have spoken, yes, but we're not supposed to. And his eyebrows raise, kind of almost looking like a little bit of a warning. Like they'd said, there are ears everywhere. But they mentioned you, or he mentioned you.
I like look around extra nervous now. Who's maybe you can't answer that. I mean, I guess if I make somebody angry, I'm really sorry. Is somebody like in charge of all of you?
The gods' work is sort of a council. They make decisions collectively. The fates oversee their decisions.
Wait, I know one of the fates.
You do?
Yeah, Faithrin, I think is how you say it. We're kind of cool with her, I think. Uh, I mentioned Alon before. He's super cool. He met Faithrin and then got sent to meet us or something, I think.
Ah, yes. Elon.
Wait, you know Alon? You also know Alon? Hot, right?
I don't know him, but judging by, well, I am the angel of love, Rubo.
I don't know what this means. I'm scared.
You're still coming to grips with your feelings. I'll let you do that on your own. But I noticed how your demeanor changed when you mentioned him.
He's just okay, yeah. And Ruba's just blushing now.
Case in point, they point at your cheeks.
Oh, it's just hot in here.
Yes,
I like pull out like a water skin.
that's definitely what that is. I'm surprised you were the former angel of love. You're really not that smooth. Beside the point, you're probably out of practice.
Well, I guess when you get your heart broken, it kind of changes your approach.
That's true, but I like to look at it this way. Every failed relationship is a lesson. What did you learn from yours?
I don't know if I've learned that lesson yet. Mostly just kind of bitter.
That's understandable. Usually, it takes until the bitterness goes away for the lesson to become apparent. Before you go, I will impart one last warning, I suppose. While the last war of the gods was thousands of years ago, another is brewing. Despite the compromise, there is still plenty of unrest between the angels and demons and the gods.
Oh,
Everyone has a side, everyone has an agenda now. And from what I understand, you and your friends have done a lot of communicating with all of us. Is that correct?
I think everyone's supposed to be talking to people. And Theothu's like super chill with Horikosh. So, uh, I think they're like BFFs or something.
Just be careful who you trust.
Is Horikosh cool? Have you met Horikosh?
I have not spoken to him in a long time. And from what I understand, he is not of the same opinion that I am.
Well, I like you more so far. I haven't really, but Theothu is my friend, so it's putting me between a rock and a hard place. But
There are going to be a lot of moments like that.
you also stole my job, apparently. So
Well, if you want it back, you're going to have to take it up with your friend, the Fate.
okay, this just added a whole new wrench. I didn't think that was something I could do, and I don't know if I want to do it yet. So,
I honestly don't know that you could, but that, again, would have to be something to take up with them. They are the ones who granted me my power.
do you think even if I never became an angel again, I could maybe get my memories back? That would be cool.
It's possible? I don't entirely know. Again, that would be a question for the Fates, I believe.
Do you know Rapharos? I'm sorry to totally change subjects, but we were going to talk to him.
Yes, Rapharos is the angel of healing and medicine, and he is a dear friend of mine.
Is he pretty, like, I guess, I don't know if anybody else wanted to talk to him. Is he, like, not good? I, like, look around because the talk of all the hearing.
I will let him vouch for himself. You said you and your friends are going to talk to him regardless, correct?
As far as I know, unless someone's changed their mind. But I kind of wanted to talk to him, but I think I'm getting a lot of information from you. So, I mean, I can... Was he around when I was around?
No. None of the original angels are here anymore.
Are they out there somewhere?
It's possible. No one really knows who they were.
I haven't met anyone else with wings, so it's not much help.
Well, the demons have their own versions of them, but you wouldn't know unless you spoke to one.
I feel like I need to... This is... Okay. Do I not have parents? How does this work? Wait, I would, right? But like a bajillion years ago? Like, or something?
You had parents, Rubo, and they loved you very much.
Were they as cool as Damien? Do you know who I keep bringing my friends up, and I don't know that you know who they are.
I don't know this Damien character, but it seems like you care for him as well. Not in the same way as Elon, but...
Oh, definitely not. If you ever meet Damien, he's pretty cool. Just saying.
Well, if you bring them here, I might be able to.
I'll ask him. I don't know.
But we've probably spoken for a bit too long as it is. I should let you get on with your investigations. Is that a fair way to put it?
I guess.
Just remember to be careful with who you trust.
But you won't tell me who not to trust. Is that the gist I get?
I can't give exact names. Saying the name of a god is like summoning them, and I've said enough names to begin with.
Well, all right. If there was going to be anybody to replace me, I think you're pretty cool, by the way.
Well, I appreciate the approval, Ruberos. And with that, they'll stand up and they will fly up towards the vaulted ceiling, and then you blink and they're gone.
I just kind of sit there for a minute silently, and I kind of wait the last couple minutes for my wings to fade away. And once they're gone, I'll help myself to my feet and just slowly walk out.
All right. And the priestess will open the door for you and just be like, "Did it go well?"
I think Rubo gets like startled. He's like,
"Oh, I didn't mean to startle you. I'm sorry."
No, it's fine. Were you listening? You have to tell me.
I can't hear anything you say out here.
Oh, okay. They said that there's a lot of listening ears, so.
They spoke with you.
Yeah, they were like chilling with me for like 10 minutes.
Well, that's good to hear. I hope you enjoyed your visit.
I kind of side-eye her, just walk past.
She kind of gives you a confused look, but still has that smile plastered on her face.
Rubo's just distrusting of everyone now. I will come out of the temple, and did we have a meeting place, or were we just kind of like, we just said we're meeting at the Temple of Rapharos, right? I'm thinking back.
I believe you did.
Yeah, I think we were all meeting outside of the temple, right? Yeah.
So you all have completed your little pit stops.
So Damien would like to talk to the party before he goes and talks to another god, specifically Chatwin.
Okay.
Can I try to split off with Thealthu also?
Yeah, as you guys kind of arrive at the temples, you can kind of pull each other off to the side. So we'll start with, since Jeremy asked first, we'll start with Damien pulling Chatwin aside.
Damien's going to kind of walk up and be like, Chatwin, can I ask you a few questions? Because I'm kind of lost here.
Right. Yeah. I close my journal that I'm writing and stand up.
So, like, Horikosh, he talked to me. That was really cool. I was wondering if there's a god to, like, magic that might be able to explain, like, what the hell is going on with me and why I can just suddenly use it.
Yes, actually, that is who I follow, Tanara. it's my family was never religious, but we each have our own beliefs. So that's who I follow.
Kanara, okay. I mean, I suppose it makes sense that the god of magic would be a woman. Y'all are typically smarter than we are.
I'm going to stay silent on that one. No, I would love to. I could show you where the temple is when we're finished with our business here.
That would be wonderful. I appreciate it.
Yeah. It's a wonderful thing. Arcane abilities, no matter where they come from. So I'm glad you were blessed with them in a way, however they came to you.
They also seem a bit dangerous for someone who has no idea what the hell they're doing.
I burned down the church when I was like 12, so I get that.
All right. Well, I'm so glad that I can't burn things, because that would probably end up... Actually, no, I think being able to heat up metal without a forge would be really cool.
Yeah. We'll work on it. You and I still have to work on that project of mine, and now we're going to add to our list going to the Temple of Tainara. We'll keep brainstorming some things to do.
All right. Thank you, Chatwood. Just let me know when you got time.
Yeah.
And with that, as you kind of separate from Damien and start moving back towards the thing, make me a quick Constitution save, Chatwin.
Yeah, okay. Oh god. Let's use this dice. What do I have to Constitution? I have +5. So that's a 14 total.
Okay.
It's not bad.
As you're standing there, waiting to follow Damien back towards Rapharos' temple, you start to sort of realize that you're starting to feel really nauseous. And there's this like twisting in your gut almost. And as you kind of are like, oh, did I eat something bad? I haven't eaten anything in days. What could be causing this? And you start to wander after Damien. You realize it's slowly starting to dissipate as you walk back towards Rapharos' temple. And by the time you're in front of the doors again, it's almost gone, but you still feel that slight twinge of nausea.
I don't say anything. I just kind of, as we're approaching, I kind of brace myself against the wall for a moment and try to shake the feeling off, shake my head a bit, and blink pretty rapidly. I think it's pretty strange because for a long, long time, Chatwin has never, gotten sick. But yeah, I won't say anything. After I shake it off, I'm just going to kind of quietly, from the back, at the back of the group, just kind of quietly trail behind everyone else.
Would Damien notice her, stop to, collect herself?
Are you trying to be stealthy about it, Chatwin?
No, I'm just not. I'm not particularly being stealthy. I'm just not outwardly saying anything.
What's your passive perception, Damien?
My passive perception, I think, is really high, if I remember correctly. It's 17, yeah.
Then you would definitely notice this.
He'll just kind of, drift on backwards and be like, you feeling all right, Chatwin?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't say anything, but Chatwin is deeply disturbed because of the fact that she hasn't gotten sick for quite a long time, and that is deeply unsettling to her. But so she's clearly disturbed by that. But I just nod at Damien. Yeah, I'm fine. Just a little dizzy. It passed.
All right. Well, do you think it might have to do with whoever this temple belongs to? Maybe he's racist to people like you and Dalthu or something?
I didn't think of it that way, but now I'm worried about that. Also, I
How about we wait here till Dalthu shows up? If he's got the same symptoms, we'll just kind of hang back.
I'm fine. I'm fine. It's fine.
All right. Just if you need me, just say my name and I'll come help you.
Mm-hmm.
Before we move to Rubo and Thelthu, Chatwin, you hear Santhevek very quickly sort of pop up in the back of your mind. She's been notably silent the entire time that you've been here. Take it easy. Don't push yourself too hard. Chatwin.
I don't like how casually they talk about me now.
Well, as much as you try to play it off, it seems the cat is out of the bag.
Okay.
You may as well accept it, if nothing else. At least you're not being, well, approached with pitchforks.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's continue on.
All right. And we move to Rubo and Thelfu, who went off in their own direction.
I think I caught up to Thialthu walking over towards Rapharos' temple. Like I saw him kind of coming through the streets, and I'm like, Thialthu, hey, over here. And I'll kind of jog up past a couple people and catch up with him.
Yeah. I think for the most part, Thialthu didn't necessarily hear you at first or pay attention. He's troubled by that whole thing. So I think he's just playing with a using gust to keep a leaf in the air and just focusing on that. But yeah, I mean, when you get close and yell, he'll look over to you and just go, "Oh, Rubo, is everything all right? Are we still meeting at the temple?"
Yeah, I think that's the plan. Can I ask you a question? Because I feel like I've always kind of relied on you, if not for better, about, I guess, advice on the gods and what they're all about.
Yeah, you could ask me, even though I will admit I'm not sure of my own thoughts on the matter, but go ahead.
Do you know anything about these demons?
Not that immediately comes to my mind, besides, counters to the angels and whatnot.
I found out some interesting news, and I think I need to go talk to this Adirion guy. He's a demon, I guess. But I'm kind of nervous about it.
Well, why are you nervous?
Apparently, he's kind of my friend, but also we're supposed to be opposed to each other a long time ago.
That just gives this very strange look.
I don't know if I'm ready to tell everyone else, but I'll tell you, okay? But you have to promise to keep this between us, please.
Of course.
Apparently, I used to be an angel. I know that sounds weird. I didn't even like when it came out of my own mouth.
I suppose, I guess I was once dead. I suppose it makes sense you could once be an angel. I suppose the divine work in mysterious ways.
Yeah, I don't understand it still. I just kind of got told that. I mean, I guess it could not be true, honestly. I don't know why they would make it up, I guess, but at the same time, it's just pretty weird. And apparently this guy, was kind of my friend, but also the angels and demons are supposedly oppose each other. Do you know anything about that? I kind of want to maybe talk to him to try to find something out, but what if he's my enemy and kills me or something? I don't know.
Well, I'm at least under the impression that it's not, well, I suppose the gods are appearing before us, but I don't think they would cause harm here, for perhaps gods would have enemies amongst the common folk who come and seek their, guidance and whatnot, and perhaps, they could smite them, I guess, but...
Well, according to Amoros, that's not completely true. They apparently have... Did you know that there was a war with the gods?
No, I don't think so, but I know that there might be I suppose another one then.
Wait, you know about that? Okay. I was thinking maybe that was crazy, but if you know about it, they mentioned it to me.
Horikosh mentioned it to me as well, and I don't really know what to think about it.
Well, Amoros told me that mortals were harmed in this war, so I don't know. I guess it just made me nervous to trust that talking to these people is good.
Well, it might be, but it would make sense that mortals might be harmed. Horikosh mentioned that devotion will be needed in the future, and I presume it was a battle over, well, just that, devotion.
You seem apprehensive.
It's because I'm very, at the moment, I have to really think on some things. I don't really know questions to ask you to help me with these thoughts. Perhaps, what would you think if your god told you to sort of either forcibly or more aggressively push returning to believing in him rather than, well, the ways things are, focusing more on prayer than, I don't know, more material pursuits.
I feel like that sounds kind of lame. I'm not going to lie. But I don't know if that's needed. I don't know what that does for them. I mean, they seem pretty powerful. And to ask you to give more than you already do, I'm pretty sure I've had like one conversation with you where you didn't mention Horikosh. So it seems like he's pretty worshipped.
There was the long line, that we saw there. But back in my village, I mean, as you saw, the worship wasn't as, I suppose, fervent as it once was. He wants me to get them back to that place. And I'm not sure if that's something that should be done. If they've moved on, they've moved on. But the stars are important.
I think Rubo just kind of is pretty silent for a second. He says, I feel like if I had this question, I would ask you, and you don't know the answer. So I don't know how much help I can be. The gods gain power from their worship? Is that how that works?
I believe so, possibly. I may have misunderstood his words, but I think that is at least one source of their power, perhaps.
I feel like his asking of you to be more for him is maybe a more selfish reason if that's the case, because if there is something brewing between all of them, I don't want to sound like I'm being a dick to your god, but like he'd want to be more powerful. Does that make sense?
No, it does. I didn't think of that when we first started talking, but when I asked you that question, or brought it up rather, that thought passed my mind. And maybe, perhaps that's the reason, but I feel that in a way the only reason I am once again here is because of him. And he didn't make it seem that I had a choice, but I presume he would still hold power over my current being, perhaps. Or rather, if not, then perhaps I even owe him.
Rubo takes a long look at you and envisions you without your arms and legs. He shudders for a second. He goes, yeah, maybe let's not get you to lose your abilities. That would be weird.
It would.
Do you, knowing what you know now from talking to Horikosh and talking to your people, do you still look at like your space arms, and do you still think of this as a gift?
He takes a second, looks at them himself, and I think in a way they are. At least I would want to believe. I'd want to think they're more of a gift than me being almost, I dare say, bought out in terms of I have these powers and now I shall. Well, part of me does want to still serve Horikosh in any capacity, but it's not as clear as it once was.
I feel like we came here for answers and only got more questions.
Yes, I hope the others at least got answers and not questions.
Did you see Damien when wasn't he with you?
Oh, he was. He seemed more, I don't know if happier is the right word compared to me, but, I think he had a better experience. I truthfully was a bit distracted in my own thoughts.
Well, maybe we should go find him. I'm not going to go talk to that demon dude yet, but if I do, I'll let you know what happens.
Yeah, it may be wise to, get more answers on things, perhaps learn more, but, well, we'll see what we learn from the angel.
Hopefully he doesn't blow up my spot and tell everyone that I'm also plus one.
It might not come up.
Wishful thinking, I like it.
It seems all we might have is a bit of wishful thinking now.
All right. Well, thanks.
And thank you as well.
Was Horikosh super hot, by the way? Because Amoros and we like pan away.
I didn't get to feel it. Oh wait.
And as we pan away from the two as they finish their trek over to the Temple of Rapharos, you all finally convene in front of his temple.
So how was everybody's trip?
2 thumbs up.
I got to talk to Horikosh. It was really cool.
As did I, and it was something, to say the least.
Well, Faithrin showed herself again for me, and I guess I kind of have a message for everyone, in a way. Not that it's going to help.
Okay. I guess I can take more information in today.
uh, before he starts, he's going to look at Chatwin and go, "Don't hate me." So, I guess this thing that she was the reason we were brought together or whatever, I don't know. Apparently, we have a bigger part than other mortals, in a sense, and, all the gods are doing something, and I guess some... Oh, God, it's hard to remember everything. Said that some of the gods are going to prove more like curses than blessings, and it's not much of a problem and all that, as long as if we can't trust each other now, we should at some point, if we can't have faith in each other, then we there will be nothing more to have faith in. Sorry, Chatwin.
Elon, you know what all of that sounds like to me?
What?
Some tourist trap bullshit.
I will also quote her. If you don't believe me, go see her.
Great. Like, everyone who comes through, they tell them the exact same thing. Oh, you're more special than other people, you know?
Okay, honestly then. If you could get off this ride, would you?
If I could go home right now and...
I didn't say go home. I said get off this ride.
Like what? Leave everyone behind and just go do my own thing?
Like somebody has put you on a horse the way Faithrin did to me. To all of us, in a sense. And we're all in this. If you could just go travel on your own, would you?
Rubo gives it Chatwin a sad look.
If I had a choice in where I was going, in things that were happening, I would turn around and go home right now. I wouldn't want to travel. I wouldn't need to. I would go home and I would live my life in peace.
Unfortunately, we all have problems.
So I am out here.
Right. But seriously, she did say go to her if you don't believe me. Look, I'm just a messenger. Don't shoot me.
I don't know if this helps your case, Ceylon. And I look at Chatwin. I think we might be kind of important. Amoros knows who Elon is. I know that might sound weird.
Elon's face is just kind of like weirded out a little bit, but it just kind of goes to normal. Okay, I mean...
I feel like if this was just some silly thing that one of the gods was toying with us, they probably wouldn't know your name and who you are.
I mean, I don't think it's that hard to figure out names. You literally say it on the street. The person passing us could, overhear. So I don't think it's that hard, but either way, very odd. I don't like that someone else said my name.
Well, I brought it up first, but...
Well, okay. It's just apparently... How about this? Part of her message said that we're going to start noticing things that start connecting. I guess that's going to be our proof, maybe. Shall we go in then?
All right.
Oh, can I ask a question real quick, Phil? You feeling sick at all or anything like that?
No. I'm just troubled by my own thoughts.
Alright. Just checking on you.
I walk inside.
Elon does as well.
So does Damien.
Yeah.
All right.
Rubo doesn't. No, I'm just kidding.
God damn it, Rubo.
Come on, Rubo.
Okay. If you say so.
And you all walk inside. You find similarly, all of the temples thus far have had like a white marble type interior. This is the same, but there are a multitude of crystalline decorations that sort of bounce rainbows around the room as if to sort of imitate the healing light that comes off of clerics when they heal people with his power. But you step into a space that's very similar to that of Horikosh's temple, but on a much smaller scale. There's a main entry room with a door on the opposite side, and 2 hallways leading back to what you can assume would be the additional prayer rooms for someone who doesn't want to go to the effort of heading into the main room to speak to the god face to face.
Is there one of these attendant people?
Yes, there is also a single priest attending to this temple, and he sees you all walk in and is like, "Oh, hello there. Welcome to the Temple of Rapharos. Will you be needing the main room, or were you all looking to get individual rooms to pray?"
Main room, probably. Don't you all think?
Yeah, probably.
I'd agree.
All of you together.
Yeah, if we can, that might be ideal.
Mhm.
Is that cool?
That's quite all right. I'll just have to bring out more cushions. Give me just a moment. And he'll slip into the main room for a brief moment and leave you guys for a second. You hear kind of shuffling as like it sounds like a cabinet's opened, and you hear the ruffling of fabric as you're assuming he's pulling out more cushions. And he comes back out and goes, "Your places are set. Is there anything else you require as far as prayer materials?
Can you light an incense? That worked for me last time.
Is there a particular scent you're looking for?"
I didn't have to pick last time, guys.
How about something that Rapharos likes?
"I'll pick a cedar wood."
I appreciate it.
And he opens the door wide for you all, lets you all sort of file in to a very comfortable room with enough cushions for each of you, plus one more on the opposite side of the round table, which is more of like a dark wood. He goes to a cabinet off on the side wall and takes out an incense holder, and you see him pull a stick of incense, very quickly like snap his fingers, and it lights up. And you guys begin to smell sort of the scent of the forest as you sit down, and he leaves you to your prayers.
The table's empty other than the incense right now?
Yes.
Okay, and he left and closed the door behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. So I start taking shit out of my bag. Okay, hold on. I know there's a few things that I wanted. I'm like having to take a bunch of stuff out to get to the things I'm looking for. Okay. Shit, this is a mess.
You're not leaving that all as offerings, are you?
No, of course not. I'm trying to find here. I take out the 2 vials of black stardust that I collected, and I take out the large piece of parchment where I copied the runes from the Feywild, and then I'm gonna pack all my other shit back in. Okay. I'm not. These aren't quite offerings. This is an investigation that we're in, and these are items I feel relates to the problem at hand that I would like to get some clarification on. No?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Last time when I met Amoros, I made my wings come out and then they showed up. Do I have to do that again, you think? Did you guys don't have wings, so
Let's try not to do that here, I think. Right now, it's just trying to at least maybe get him to talk first.
I just kind of was like, "Hello, I've never done this before. Are you there?" It worked.
we do have to maybe be careful about what we talk about. Amoros said that like other people are always listening. Just keep that in mind.
Well, he's not wrong with that one.
Fuck! I jump.
Just a lock up.
As you all look across the table, you see what appears to be like a half-elven man, pointed ears, round glasses framing emerald green eyes, and long brown hair tied up into like a curly ponytail. He's in very conservative attire, almost like a very like tight button-up tunic that's very fitted, and breeches, as he very casually like takes a seat across from all of you.
I elbow Thialthu and say, "I told you they were all hot."
Oh, are you just somehow seeing his... oh, right, sorry. It's every time.
There are ears everywhere, especially if you talk about other gods here.
Well, me and Amoros are cool, so I don't mind mentioning them.
That's good. He and I are good friends. They and I, apologies.
Do you know who I am?
He kind of raises an eyebrow. Should I?
Nope. Just making sure.
All right, then. Looks around to everyone. I believe a formal apology is in order. I am incredibly sorry for all of you having to clean up my own mess, but what occurred in the Sparkling Grove was not my doing, and I am grateful that you eliminated the threat swiftly and thoroughly.
Was it the fault of the demon that opposes you? I don't know their name.
Malion, and that is my assumption. He tends to hold grudges, and being that I am his sworn enemy, I don't suppose he would hesitate at the opportunity to slander my name. He's quite crafty, that one.
Could I roll an insight to see if he's being truthful that he didn't cause the mess?
Go ahead and roll an insight check.
Not sure if yeah.
I'd also like to roll an insight.
You may.
I've just become skeptical of all gods now.
I will not roll an insight check because it's a fucking god, basically.
Fair enough.
I got a 16.
I got a 17.
Nice. You both sort of study his face, and though he's keeping very sort of like stoic and professional right now, you both kind of look longer, and you do see that he is genuinely perturbed by what's happened, and he appears to be telling the truth.
Rubo's like, guys, it's gotta be true. Like, why would he lie to us?
And as you kind of are studying him further, like I said, you see that sort of part of the stoicism that both of you would see, you rolled high enough for this, is sort of masking this frustration that seems to come from the fact that you guys thought that he was responsible for that. And he looks specifically at you, Damien, and the expression behind the eyes morphs to a little bit more guilt than frustration as he kind of looks at you and says, "And I am deeply sorry about what happened with Elizabeth."
It's been dealt with. That's all.
Understood. But it was a grave injustice, and I'm sorry that I could not myself stop it. You all did brave work, and it is much appreciated. Those people will not forget those that you saved.
Could I ask, because this has been bothering me, why, I feel like I know the answer, but why would somebody trying to raise undead seek out an individual who is seemingly against that kind of thing, by all appearances? Why would they follow you?
There are certain individuals that carry beliefs that are not quite typical. For some, that work closely with the undead, bringing someone back is a way of healing them.
Yep, that's kind of what I was thinking. That necromancy is just fucked up healing. Okay.
It's not a belief system that I personally condone.
Good to hear.
It's a sick, twisted form of life. It's not suitable for anyone. The person who is brought back, their soul typically does not come with the body. They're no longer themselves. Just a husk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So do you not like undead things?
Well, no, I really don't. But mainly because there's a fine line between considering the undead a blessing and a disease. In a way, it is a disease. It affects the body in a negative way. No one who is brought back, their body still decays. It still thinks it's dead, but life has been forced into it. So, regardless of my opinion of them, anyone's body that's forced back in such a manner, I feel pity for them, as that body will, whether they kept their soul or not, will eventually no longer serve them.
And is that a definite for all things that once were dead and now alive?
It has not changed as far as what I've seen of undead, but I don't work very closely with them. Why?
Curiosity.
I glance at Thalethir.
Then who does? Who does work closely with the dead?
Well, that depends. If you're looking for someone who causes a lot of death, then go see Malion. If you're looking at someone who works very closely with the dead in the sense that he is the god of life and death, you would talk to Canmot.
Thanks, I suppose.
Of course. Is there anything else that you needed of me?
I have a question that may seem really strange to you. But how can he be the god of life and death if they're like, aren't they like two opposing things, typically?
They are, but that is the point of many of the gods. Some of them don't quite adhere as closely to that rule. The Fates are sort of an in-between. They take an aspect of a timeline, past, a present, a future, and they have dominion over it individually, but they operate as three sisters, controlling those aspects of existence.
Can I ask you a question? Are this might seem silly, but were they human like you angels were?
The gods?
The fates. Because they only reside over a single thing like you guys do. They don't have the opposition.
I don't believe they were ever human, no. And how did you know that?
Lucky guess?
Roll a deception check, good sir.
Okay. Deception. Probably my strongest thing, so let's see how this goes. 16 plus 7, 23.
He's gonna kind of side-eye you and just be like, lucky guess indeed.
I look at the Altheo and then look back at him.
But he's gonna look back at you, Damien, and go, the whole point of the gods serving this dichotomy is to keep the world more neutral, to not push ideals of good and evil on anyone.
Well, it just seems kind of strange to me because I associate things like life to like a doctor, someone who treats the sick, and I associate death to like people who kill people. So how can you be a doctor that kills people on purpose?
There are many different interpretations to different things. Like I said, there are some people who believe that bringing someone back as an undead is a form of healing them. Now, I may not condone that ideal, but once someone gets a belief system in their head, whether it's wrong or not, to others around them, it becomes their belief system. Now, I can't speak for Canmot and how he sees himself, but it may not be as simple as life is healing and death is killing. There are many reasons why people live and why people die.
All right. It gave me something to think about, I guess.
I'm glad I could be of assistance. And he'll look at Rubo once more and kind of look at everyone else. Well, I suppose before I let you all depart, if there are no other questions.
Ooh, just as quick as I can. Stepping away from the debate of life and death and undead, you have expressed that you don't condone the things that happened in the Sparkling Grove. What can you tell us about who is behind it and where we should look next? Because you were our only lead.
Like I said, it's most likely that Malian is the one behind it. That he manipulated one of my followers with that more twisted perspective, into thinking that he was me and that he was going to help them achieve their goals. They did, after all, essentially make a pilgrimage across parts of the world to collect undead and try and raise up a multitude of them. He seems like disappointed in himself as he goes, all under my fucking nose. But Malian, as I said before, he's very crafty. He'll come up with solutions to his own problems that would not be expected. And he does hold a grudge, as I said. There are slights that he remembers from hundreds of years back that he still has not let go.
Malian was life and death, but Canmot is undead. It works more closely with the undead. I know there's a difference between the two.
Not necessarily. Canmot is the god of life and death. Malian is the demon of plague and disease. He controls who gets sick, how sick they get, and how much it spreads. Looking at undeath as an illness would allow him to control it in that way. He also likes to experiment with giving mortals ideas for fun little alchemical experiments and potions that may cause more disease.
Right. Okay. I I think that makes it obvious where we're going next, right?
Yeah.
I had one more question. Do you know anything about a war? This might be brewing.
It is a possibility. Many of the gods, angels, and demons are in conflict at the moment. We're anticipating that it may come to that. And Gunda is already preparing, and if she's the goddess of war, then we can only assume she knows where this will lead, which is why you must all be careful if you continue to speak to us. Some have taken sides, some have not, but all of us are on edge. More from each other than mortals, but it may bleed over.
Yeah, all the mortals.
Do you all think that we're okay?
Yeah, that's what I had. Oh, can I see your wings before you go? Is that weird?
It is a strange question that I've never been asked, but why not? And out from his back extend a pair of glowing golden wings. Satisfied?
Mine are cooler, but yeah.
Oh? And what do yours look like?
I told you guys I'd have to do this again. And I just like pop them out again.
And he looks.
They probably like push. They're like pushing into the rest of the party. We're all sitting together.
Ah!
You guys jump back to avoid some metal feathers. And you see, like, his eyes kind of widen for a second in surprise, not expecting your wings to appear like that. But he stares for a moment, and you see he gets up, kind of circles the table to kind of look, like, closer at your wings. Who exactly are you?
Rubo. And I reach my hand out to shake his, like I'm introducing myself.
Pleasure to meet you, Rubo. And he kind of more hesitantly sort of sticks out a hand and shakes yours. And then
As he's really close to me, can I use divine sense?
you may.
I'm just wanting to like get a sense if the detective is good or evil, and then also location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet.
Okay. So you get the very powerful sense from him that he is celestial in nature. Definitely a good aura off of him.
Okay.
Although you would be able to see in his eyes that he's kind of confused about you. But you would feel, obviously, Chatwin and Thelthu.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm trying to think of how far off the other temple is.
It's only 60 feet.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to reach any of the other temples, so that's all you would feel.
And it's with not behind total cover, so if it's through a wall, I wouldn't be able to do
Yeah,
anything.
but
Okay. I'll just get a sense if this guy is as straight up as I thought he would be.
he has a very good aura coming off of him.
If you are curious about me, maybe you could talk to Amoros. They filled some things in about me.
I'll pay them a visit. Thank you. Well, thank you all for coming. And again, thank you for what you did. When the time comes, I will owe you a favor. And with that, he steps off and vanishes.
I put my shit back in my bag.
You guys think my wings are cooler too, right? I wasn't trying to insult him. I don't know. It's like glowy, and
It's just not your style, I guess.
Amoros's were cool. They were like this soft pink, like feathery look. Super nice.
I think I need some air. Aylin's going to go outside.
Me too. That conversation was bad.
Did only give us more questions in all senses. Kind of glances at Rubo.
I just wave.
Yeah, you all step outside.
My wings are still up, by the way. I have to. I guess I don't know if I can actually make them go away.
You just have to wait inside in the prayer room until they go away.
Yeah, I'm sure you can.
It doesn't say I can, but
Okay.
I mean, if you can control when they come out.
oh, they only last for a minute. I thought they lasted longer.
Oh.
No.
A minute. So probably by the time we're like leaving out the temple, they fade.
And you all step back out. It's much later in the day now, so you see the skies starting to turn a bit like orangish. Sunset's kind of approaching, and most of the people that were waiting in long lines, the lines have dissipated, and most of them have left at this point. Chatwin, you feel that nausea start to come back. It had gone away when you went into the temple and you thought it was just kind of a fluke, but now it's starting to come back now that you're back outside again.
Is it back even when I'm right outside, like the doors? Or is it growing the further away I get?
It grows the further away you step.
Well, Chatwin's stubborn, so I just kind of straighten my shoulders a bit and keep walking.
All right. Which direction are you going?
I'm assuming if there's like a place to sit, if there's like a fountain or something, or like a set, like, because all these temples are in a circle, like if there's something like a art piece or something with like benches around it, if there's anything like that, I'm kind of heading in that direction just because I want to take a seat.
Okay. There would be a fountain off to the side that represents the angels a bit more. It would be off to your left, but the further you approach to that, the sicker you get. To the point where when you're like, because it's sitting directly in front of the temple that you and Damien had moved towards earlier to speak. And the closer you get to it, the more like you start to feel lightheaded and you're basically almost dry heaving at this point.
Which temple is it that I'm getting closer to?
The Temple of Amoros.
Amoros.
She's the angel of law and justice.
What the fuck?
Are you okay?
Mm-mm.
Do you need help up?
Fuck. Did I even make it to the fountain?
You're sitting at the fountain now.
Okay, great. No, I think I'm just going to sit for a while. If I'm being honest, I really don't fancy the idea of going to Malion's temple.
I mean, I don't blame you.
Yeah, if you can all go, if you want. I'm just going to sit here for a minute.
Aelon's gonna look to everyone else, kind of very questionable, like, expression.
What's on your mind?
He's gonna glance back to Chatwin. Chatwin. I'm gonna put my hand against her forehead.
She feels cold.
Are you sick? Answer the damn question.
I think that's almost impossible now.
Then what is this?
I don't know.
Okay.
Make me another con save, ma'am.
Fuck. 11.
You start to feel bile rising in your throat, and you manage to turn around just in time to puke into the fountain and nod on your friends.
Oh, not the nice fountain.
Oh.
I kind of step forward and like pat Chatwin on the back, and I'm going to use 5 points of lay on hands to try to cure a disease or neutralize poison. I don't know if it's going to work, but I just do it to try.
You place your hand gently on Chatwin's back, and everyone looking would see the glow. Chatwin, you feel this like warmth emanating off of Rubo's hand. And for a second, your stomach settles, and then the nausea comes back.
Oh, fuck. No, nothing.
Sorry, I thought that might help.
It's fine.
Then a doctor?
No. I don't.
I look kind of behind Chatwin's back at Aelon, and I'm like mouthing, a doctor will know that they're dead.
Aelon, who has, like, okay, been kind of piecing things together and hearing the spritz, and it's just, like, kind of gets that 100%, like, okay. Chatwin. We might have to see a doctor.
No.
Then somebody as smart as you. Someone who can keep secrets.
I don't know. No, nobody's going to be poking at me, Aelon. I don't want that. Nobody's going to be poking at me and observing me. No.
I don't want anyone to poke at you either.
It's not going to happen. I don't care how shitty I feel. It's not what you think it is. I don't want.
Do you know what it is?
No,
I'm going to get right, kind of like down, not on my knees, but kind of like a crouch, get kind of in front of her. I'm a little bit worried of being puked on.
Can we stop pushing Chatwin? If she doesn't want to go to a doctor, then she's not going to a doctor.
I get that. Then will you let me carry you at least?
I'm fine. I just need to sit for a moment.
I'm not going to leave you here alone if you're sick.
I'll take her back to the camp, okay?
No, I don't want to.
Chatwin, you might need to rest.
That's what I'm doing. That's why I'm sitting here. I just need to sit.
Then I'll sit with you. Y'all can go on ahead.
Fine. As long as somebody's with her. No offense, but if a goddess of fate tells me to trust others, and I've already trusted you guys with one of my biggest secrets, then may as well.
I still don't realize what the secret is, but alright.
Good for you.
Chatwin, even if you're not happy with me still, I don't want to leave you alone if this is happening. You're still my friend.
Rubo. I just don't want us. This is just a bump in the road. This is a small bump in the road. I feel shitty right now, but I'll feel fine in a little bit. We still have work to do. That's my only hang up right now, is that we don't have to put everything on halt just because I feel shitty right now.
What if it's not just right now?
I'm always fine.
Who's gonna take down the next mayor with me if you get sick and die again?
Oh, please don't. Very poor choice of words.
Can we... I mean, we didn't even have to come here right now. We wanted to. There's no reason we had to be here. There's no reason we can't try to make sure you're fine and then figure it out.
So what, like come back tomorrow?
I mean, it is late anyway. I don't think they're going anywhere. They kind of just hang out in their little fancy temples.
Well, not to break it up, but they may be going somewhere if war is on the horizon. But I don't know, do we even need to speak to any more of them? We can just leave for the day and go somewhere else.
For now, honestly, I think we need to kind of piece the clues a little bit together, because it feels like somebody's pulled the wool over my eyes, and I don't like that feeling.
Okay. Theorize tonight, and then, because I'm really not wild about going to Malion, even though I know that's like our next lead. I'd rather research him and see what we can find out on our own before we actually try and speak with him. Just doesn't sound like the kind of entity we want to be in the presence of.
That's fine.
Sounds like a good idea. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to hold my tolerance levels in check.
Okay. I stand up. Can I stand?
Very shakily, yes. And you feel the presence of Santhevek return. And with it, this splitting headache kind of comes. And she just goes, Chatwin, we need to go.
What?
Get away from here.
From where?
Here. I don't care where you go. Just go.
I pick a direction and start speed walking.
And which direction are you going?
Try back towards where we came from, I guess.
And the further away you get from this building, the better you feel.
I stop in my tracks as I start to feel better. I turn back towards the building. Okay. You're strong. You can carry me, right?
Absolutely. Everything all right?
Okay, because I might collapse. I get into a sprinter stance and run towards the building again. In a full dead sprint as fast as I can directly towards it.
I sprint after her.
What the fuck?
And I think that's where we're going to leave it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait, no!
Chat, where are you going? What the fuck?
I don't know! I'm performing a science experiment!
You gotta do what you gotta do.
I think that is where we will leave it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all so much for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to follow us on social media. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. All Chronicles of Kriath Pod, one word and lowercase. And as of this week, well, a couple weeks for you guys in the future, but this week in our time, there is a Patreon So if you want some more fun bonus content from us, like bonus mini-series not at all related to the podcast, some extra bloopers and whatnot, or even access to the stats for some of the homebrew items that I have given the players here, be sure to check out our tiers and maybe subscribe, because it means the world to us and we'd love to be able to keep this podcast running as long as we possibly can. So with that, thank you all so much for listening, and we will see you next time to see if Chatwin's crazy science experiment works. Bye!
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.